Hey guys, so today I'm bringing to you guys another special car from Toyota, the 2003 Toyota Rav4. Now, starting in the back, you do notice that you have your spare tire as well as your tire cover. And in order to unlock your hatch here, you do need your key. Wow. You do have a back pocket right here. And then inside the car, you do have a nice cargo mat, or actually it looks like you have two cargo mats. And then in here, you got another storage area. And you do have interior light in the back here. And to the right side, you also have another storage area. And just taking a look at the back trunk space, as you can see, you could fit quite a bit of stuff in the back of this RAV4, easily. Another thing to note is that your gas tank is located on the driver's side. Now let's take a look at the rear passenger side. Look at the door materials. You do have hard touch plastic, cloth, nice grab handle here, along with your window switch, and another compartment down here for your belongings, and then your nice looking speaker. As you can see here, the seat is taken out, so you can actually take the seats out, and they do fold down. And looking back here, you do have another compartment right here. I believe that was used for your cup holder. And you do have another compartment right here. And then you do have two mat pockets on the passenger and driver side. Also, this car is equipped with the sunroof. This car's got a lot of space. Now coming to the passenger side. Now look at the door material. You still have hard touch plastic up here, cloth, handle. Your really nice looking speaker. I guess you can use this compartment to put your CDs. Now looking at the passenger seat, as you can see, it's fully manual. You do have this really nice textured and soft cloth seats. And also the front passenger seat is actually moved up fairly close to the dash. So getting in might be a little tight, but you do have a tiny bit of ground clearance, but it wasn't bad getting inside. Now looking at the glove box, you do have a lockable glove box. Now looking at the materials on the dash, you do have durable hard touch plastic, as well as down here. Now looking at the visor, you do have vanity mirror. Now I believe this visor does not extend, but you do have an extension. So I guess it does extend, but like that. Clever. And then looking up here, you do have your cabin light controls as well as your sunroof controls. And in this compartment, Guess this is your sunglass holder. And then coming back down to the infotainment system, you do have your CD and cassette player. Very simple setup, as well as your very easy and simple to use AC controls. And then coming down here, you do have a cigarette lighter outlet, as well as another compartment to put your change. And then coming down here, you do have 2 decent cup holders. And this is your 4-speed automatic, as well as your e-brake. And also down here, you'll find another 12-volt outlet, as well as another deep compartment here to put your phone, etc. You do have a hard touch armrest. I wonder if you can... And some more storage. Now getting out of this car actually feels like you're just getting off a chair. Very simple. Now coming over to the driver's side, you do still have the same materials and compartments. And then over here is where you find your window switches, your window lock, and your door locks. And then to the left of your steering column, you do find your side mirror controls and your dimmer switch. And also this little mysterious thingy. I don't even know what it's for. And you also have your headlight controls. And then coming down here, you have some empty slots, as well as another compartment to put your change. And then coming down here, you can see your foot controls. This driver's seat is also manually controlled. Now getting inside the driver's seat is actually very easy. And here you have this really nice and clean steering wheel that is tilt only. And then taking a look at your instrument cluster, as you can see here, you do have your tach in the middle, which is nice if it was a manual. Very, very easy to read. Nicely contrasted. Coming up here, you do have a vanity mirror, no lights, and the same extension design. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you do have a sunroof. Now, let's take a look at the engine bay. Not too bad. This car is front-wheel drive. And then your battery is housed underneath this plastic cover. Alright guys, so let's get this Toyota Rav4 on the road. Right off the bat, you definitely feel like you have this really, really tall windshield in front of you. And you can actually touch your windshield. All the new cars these days, you can barely come close to the windshield. Ah, good old days. Now taking a look at your visibility. Right now there's a bunch of boxes back there, but it's got a lot of big glasses. So I know you won't have no visibility issues to your right. And then going to your left, no problems. The pillars in this car is still very, very skinny. Acceleration is actually kind of slow. It doesn't have the same peppiness as you find on the Toyota Corollas. And then also in this car, I do hear some rattles. Tiny bit of rattle noise somewhere in the dash, but it comes and goes. A little bit of wind noise, not too bad. And And then you do hear some noise from the road. The throttle response is okay, but the transmission is actually not very eager to downshift. So whenever you do floor it, the transmission does hold the higher gears longer. Now let's take it through some corners. Not bad. There is a little body roll, but it's not too terrifying. And then also steering in this car, it's actually okay. Ooh, the acceleration is not too bad, but I feel like sometimes the transmission is a little slow to downshift. But overall, I kind of like how you sit up a little bit higher. Once you start driving the RAV4 a little bit longer, you do kind of get used to the acceleration. But overall, guys, there's really nothing too exciting about the RAV4. It just drives like how RAV4s drive back then. It does take a little bit longer to accelerate, but maybe that's due to the weight and the extra luggage I have in the back. And then to your right here, as you can see, you got a big, tall window, so looking to your right is no problem. And then to your left, since you sit up a little bit higher, you can see cars from like half a mile away. But yeah, guys, if you're in no hurry, this car will take you anywhere just fine. You actually have really good turning radius in this car. But yeah, guys, if you're in no hurry, this RAV4 will actually take you anywhere just fine. It's got comfortable seats, it's got good steering, and you do sit up a little bit higher, so that gives you better visibility. You can see out from anywhere. And the ride is actually not that bad. On the newer cars, there's so many blind spots. Obviously, the newer RAV4s do drive a whole lot better. But what really makes this RAV4 special is that it's still old school, you know? It's still old school. Would I want a backup camera? Yes, I would probably put a backup camera in here and an aftermarket stereo. And I actually like how compact this RAV4 is too. The new RAV4s, they're getting pretty big. You can see out from anywhere. While this RAV4, you're still getting pretty good space and practicality. You just won't get the new safety features. You just don't get the new engine. You don't get the new transmission. But this 4-speed automatic transmission is actually not bad. It is a little slow at downshifting sometimes, but that's not what this car was made for. It's actually made to be practical, good on gas, and easy to drive. You can see out from anywhere. Alright guys, so that wraps it up for me. If you want a long-lasting Toyota that sits up a little bit higher than the Camry, you can see out from anywhere. And you also need the practicality in the back. I would take a look at this RAV4. You can see out from anywhere.